Hello, everyone, and welcome to Intuitive Readings by Darcy. I am here tonight, and I'm actually going to do something slightly different. I'm just going to show you what sits on my desk besides junk.
And a cup of tea.
And a cup of tea. That was my daughter's hand, and there goes the cookie container. But I'm just going to take the camera for a minute and see if I can show you. So this is just sitting on my desk. So those are all my cards. And then, and we'll put that back. And then I have a suitcase over here that has all the cards in it too. So that's basically where I sit through the day, and I look at the cards every day and I'll pull them. I did get two new decks.
Over here.
I got two new decks today. They are inspirational decks, so they are oracles. I haven't opened this one yet, Path of the Soul. And this one I did open and try today, Return of the Spirit. And they are in conjunction with another deck that I received from a friend of mine. So they're actually quite nice. Again, with these decks, you tend to use the book a little bit more because all the decks have I love the back. I like a nice blue like that. And then the front of the cards are basically a symbol. Let's see if we can, with a word on it, like divinity. So, and today, since I am home, I'm just going to reach over and grab a couple of things. This is my little crystal ball, and it's got little orbs. And hello, Penelope. And I'll use it. Sometimes I use it as a rolling stone. No pun there. When I'm nervous and I'm trying to, hello, Nikki, and I'm trying to get some energy source. And it's very nice. Now, these ones, and if you hear pain, that's because my arm doesn't like doing stuff like that. This whole bottle is citron. So normally, if I need one, I just pull it out, and it's used to remove negative energy. Now, sorry about the noise, but I don't know if you can actually see, but the stone has a yellow tint to it. And I was at a psychic fair, picked the whole bottle up for $10. It was amazing. And I have other stones around. Somewhere there's an amethyst, and I have these big quartz stones, and I use the energy to help me when I get stuck. Well, hello, Faye. And okay, well, we're going to get started in a few minutes. And so what I'm going to do is the same thing I have been doing the last couple of shows. So if you've not been here, Nikki, what I do is I'm going to pull a card or two and tell you what I see and what I feel is happening around you. So we'll start with Penelope, and we'll do a card or two for her. Okay, Eight of Chalices. This is looking back and leaving behind what no longer needs to be with you, Penelope. It could be downsizing. You could be looking at going away on on a little holiday. Sorry about that. Okay, does anyone have, by any chance, a gentleman by the name of John who passed over? Because if you do, I would like to talk about him for a few minutes. Hey, Fred. Ash?
Yeah?
Could you get me a mint to suck on because my throat's killing me? Okay. Hi, Heather. So, Penelope, back to you. I also picked the Seven of Chalices, and this is contemplation, sort of like what we were talking about earlier today. So you're definitely going into a period of contemplation, and you will be deciding what to do. Hello, Kathy. And So for Nikki, oh, and Penelope, I'm going to pick one of these. These are new. This is change of mind. All right. And it makes me think of, you think of one thing and then you blossom into another area. And I would normally look at the book since I don't know the cards, but I'm just going with the first thing that pops into mind. Okay, so Nikki, let's have a look and see. Okay, Nikki, Horned God. This is who I picked for you. And this is about rounding up the troops. This is finding something in common, maybe getting some people of like mind, whether in person or by telephone or Zoom or Skype or something. And this is holding conference, and it's like talking to people, but these people all have the same idea, same concept. Plus, what I feel is that you're also looking at maybe increasing a family, but you may also be intuitive enough that you could talk to animals, Nikki. So I am going to say that you should be using your own intuitive energy. And the Three of Swords, it's about letting go. This is knowing when to open the door and allow people in. And it's also about knowing when to close the door and let people out. And the Three of Swords, Nikki, talks about communication. It talks about getting to know someone. So you may be also in the process of starting a new relationship or ending something around you. Okay, Faye. All right, just quickly looking, I had asked if anyone recognized the name John Pastover. And, okay, I'll get down. So, Faye, I'm going to pick a couple of cards for you as well. And the first card is the High Priestess. This is owning your own power. This is knowing that you have that creativity within yourself and externally outside yourself to make things happen. And it's also about your heritage as well, Faye. And this one, ooh, Two of Chalices, celebration, someone getting married, the announcement of a birth. This is excitement. This is like coming together as a unit and celebrating. Heather, hi Heather. Okay, and Kathy, and oh, everyone, our niece is on tonight, Kelly. And Kelly, happy birthday. It is her birthday today, and I just want to make sure that she is having a fantastic day. And by the way, if anyone's having a birthday and you'd like me to announce it, not that Kelly, honey, you got a choice, or Penelope had a choice, or Sean had a choice, but if you would like me to announce your birthday, please send me a IM, send me a text message, send me an email, and I'll announce your birthday. I love birthdays. They're our new year. This is the time when we make plans. We put out there what we want to see is going forward. And I know most people wait until January 1st, but my firm belief is we weren't born January 1st. So by doing it now, we're stating our intent for the new year. Okay, so who was I looking for? Heather. Heather, Two of Pentacles. This is, oh, you also got the herding of the animals. So Two of Pentacles, this is balancing money around you and knowing that money's coming towards you. I'm actually going to maybe suggest a FundMe page for you. Okay, look into it. I don't quite know how FundMe pages work, but you might want to. And then there's a frequency of electromagnetic shift around you, Heather, and it could be that you're coming into a little more intuitive ability. You could be, I'm pretty sure you're an animal whisperer, so you may be doing more of that as well. Okay, could I pull, Kathy's asking if I could pull a card for Blaine, please. Okay, I will. Oh, contemplation, success, things going in his is Blaine a girl? Going in that direction. And this is celebrating life. This is about being grounded, and it's also about opening up to nature and being aware of what's around Blaine. Okay, Kathy. I also feel like it's more an energy card of transformation. And so I would definitely say there are some learning curves for Blaine now. And music. Okay, so I would also tell Blaine to be listening to music. Okay, Kelly, yes, you're going to get a card as it is your birthday. How many times do you think I can say that tonight, Kelly? Okay, so Kelly, the first thing I would say is your dad's around you. Okay, and I don't know who Ron belongs to, but that's the name I'm hearing. So I'm hoping that's yours, Kelly. And I feel like I'm supposed to put my arms around you and tell you, hey, kid, you're loved. That you are the center of the earth that people revolve around, and that you make your own destiny. You subscribe to practices that most people would probably look at you funny, but you make your own destiny, Kelly, and that everything, if you put that smoke together and you start boiling apart and put the ingredients into it, anything is possible for you, Kelly. All right. And then I'm just also going to pull one of these. And I know it says right order, Kelly, but when you look at it, it sort of looks like all mixed up. But I can see a clown, which I'm not very fond of, but I can see a bear. I can see like different animals in here. And for me, this is putting everything into order. So being organized, or you're not, no, let's rechange the idea of being organized. Let's say you're putting into an order that you actually understand, Kelly, that you know exactly where everything is, and you just have to go to it and pick it up because you know where it is, and that's the most important part of the day that counts. Okay, so Kelly, oh, I missed a couple of people, sorry. My cursor went down. Hello, Marion. Hello, Brittany, Tracy. Okay, as I go down, I'll just acknowledge. Okay, Marion, you would like a card. So let's have a look. I'm using the Green Witch Tarot today because it was the one that was sitting next to me, and I just recently used it to do a reading. So I figured I might as well go with it. And so Marion, I'm going to take 2 cards. The writing's on the wall, Marion. No matter how you look at it, no matter how you try to stack it, and how you try to sort of, you know that game, the shell game, where you put the peanut under a shell and you've got 3 and you're moving it around. Sorry, don't mean to be moving so fast. This says it's already written in the stones and it's just a matter of playing it out. So, but I also feel that also because they're wands, there could be some sort of work that's being done, and it may need to be supervised. Okay, Brittany, last live, we connected and figured my daughter has been communicating with Spirit Gnome Walter, but I would love to know his middle name. Okay, so Brittany, sorry, I don't do guessing games, Brittany. When I saw Walter, that's what I saw. I don't know any of his middle names. That's the only name I got. And so it could be her grandfather, her great-grandfather. And I really am not going to go searching for a middle name. Sorry. I think just using the name Walter, because that's the name I was given at the time, and it's still the only name I'm given, that's the name I'm going to have to stick with. Because if I go changing it, then it sort of changes the message that came with it. And okay. Okay, I'm really sorry. I'm not picking any middle name up. I am looking as I reread your message, but all I hear still is Walter. If anything does come through, Brittany, I'll tell you, but that's all I've got. Okay, hello, Tracy. How are you? And for anyone who's not living in BC, I hope you are having nice weather. Today in Victoria, we had a sudden downpour. It looked like very thick raindrops and not just mild ones. Okay, you know what, Tracy? I feel as though there is an opportunity for you to reach out to a friend who you haven't talked to for a while, and that there's a lot of growth going on around you. I love this one. I mean, it's the Green Man, but this is about energy. This is about nature. This is about trusting your soul and moving into the direction of healing. One of them with the Green Man is healing. It's letting go of the past, setting a table for those that you believe you want to be party to or you want in your circle of family and friends. And it says to me that there is a lot of warmth around you and you just need to open the door a little bit more. Okay, and Tracy, I also picked this card and it says Celestial. So that would make me think that you're intuitive and you need to open up a little bit more to the messages that are coming through. And I feel like there's a healing path that is being made for you. And so I don't know if you've got a medical problem or whether you're going to be a healer, but it feels like there's this healing path that you are supposed to be opening to. Okay, Kathy, so you recognize John who passed a few months ago. I'd like to extend a message, hopefully, to his family, if you're able to give it to him. And he has found his peace. He is living now to the fullest capacity of his existence. And even though it's only been a few months, I would tell you that he's in the process of healing, that he seems to be in a better place than he was on this plane, and that he will let his loved ones know when he is ready to meet them again. But I'm going to do it two ways there, because when I say he'll let his loved ones know when he's ready to meet, he's going to meet them when it's time for them to pass. But I also think that he's going to somehow get a message through to them that they're going to know that he is around them. And Faye, you're welcome. Same with you, Kelly. And I'm really glad you had a great day. Sonia, hi, can you please pick up for my brother? His name is Gannon Deep. Okay, Sonia, no, he's alive. What? Okay, I'll pull a card for him. Is he alive? Sonia, you're going to have to answer that. Okay, because my curiosity, if he's not alive, or if he's alive, then who has his name that's passed over? And it could be any one of his names. Okay, yes. And Sonia, I'll come back to you. So if you could answer as I get closer to the bottom, I'll be able to answer that question and pull a card for your brother. Okay, Heather, yes, I will pull a card for your husband. And that looks like RJ. So sometimes life always takes us in mysterious directions. Just when you think you have it worked out, something happens. And okay. And that's okay. Sometimes we have to go with the flow. Instead of fighting the flow, we need to, and that's a hard lesson to learn, even for myself. So RJ, you are the king of the house. Okay. This is a man who sits in a position, I'm going to take it, you're retired, that you have to look after your health. Okay. He's got lots of food and everything on his table, RJ. And I feel like you can fend for yourself, but you need to look after your health. And this tells me that there's a lot of life left for you and you live in the country, and that it's a matter of rejoicing for what you still have around you and not so much for the people you have lost, because they are definitely looking after you. And I'm really saying, RJ, I want to call you Roger, that you need to look after your health. Okay. Well, Heather, I would say that your son is around you. There should be a celebration of life or something coming up for him, or a recognition, or you just had it. And he's letting you know that he is proud that you are his mother. So I will put that out there. Hello, the other Heather. And I'll pull you a card in a minute. And Kelly, so Ron is your biological father. That sounded just like him the way you said it. Oh, thank you. Well, I'm glad. So Ron being your biological father, and he's my biological brother that I've never met, but I feel like I have through Kelly. Okay, Heather 2. Okay, to the other Heather, I'm going to pull a couple of cards for you too. And okay, does anyone actually know the name Roger? And he could be dead or alive. So if you just let me know, if you do say yes, I know Roger, and whether he's dead or alive. Heather, pull from the universe and the wisdom of the owl. Okay, you have your own, what's it called when it's a magic stick? Okay, I'll use magic stick. And you have your book that you should be keeping that allows you to keep track of what you're doing. And Heather, sometimes, and okay, look at the red uniform, Heather. And this is you watching something pull away from you. But it's a good pull away because you've actually helped pack those boxes to get rid of it. So it's definitely a good thing. Okay. Lori, I will see if I can get a message from your husband, Alex. And in the meantime, I will pull a card and tell you first what I'm seeing. Oh, so Lori, you're the root of the family now. You're sitting contemplating life. And it's not that you're watching it go by, but you're definitely, you're having nights of restless sleep. You're not concentrating sometimes. So maybe in a way you are watching it go by. So I'm going to say my message to you would be to live life. That your husband, Alex, would not expect you to sit and wait for the day for you to join him. And one of the things I would say is that by accepting that he is always around you, even though you can't see him, you're accepting life as it is and able to enjoy the moments that are still left in front of you. And that would be my message to you, Lori. Okay. And Lori Kelly, Sonia, yes. Hi, can you please pick for my brother? Okay, did that. We're still waiting on Sonia answering the question about him being alive or passed. And hello, Colleen. And I will, okay, I'll look at your health. Oh, no, wait. Colleen, can you pull a card for my son, Devin? All right. And first of all, I'm going to tell Devin, learn, learn, learn. So crack the books and start learning that there's an opportunity for new starts and new beginnings around him. He's moving forward. And this is going forward with joy. But I don't know if he's old enough to leave home yet, Colleen, but he may be leaving home or he may be changing a career choice around himself. And I feel like it's a good thing for him. And that he has a mother who would do almost anything for him. So I'm going to say mom, and it's easy for me to sit here and say this, Colleen. Sometimes it's easier to let them have the reins than it is to hold on to it all the time. Okay, Sonia, I will pick a card for your brother. Oh, he's making a shift, a move, emotional wasteness around him, but he's going to get through it. So if he's going through anything emotional right now that has a lot of stress or anything attached to it, Sonia, he's going to get through it. It's going to take a little time. So it's easy again for me to sit here and say to you, oh, don't worry, Sonia, but go ahead and worry. You are his sister, and I know what it's like to worry about your brother and your sister. Okay. So, Lori, should I be concerned about my health? No. I would tell you, Lori, to look after your health, to make sure you're getting treatment if you need it. But I am not picking up, oh my God, you need to run to the hospital or anything. But I would say be aware. We're all aware of our own bodies and how it works. So be aware of what's going on within yourself. But I am not picking up a reason why you should be worried about your health. Okay. Heather, what's the yes and alive? So you're going to have to answer that one for me. And, oh, okay. So Sonia, you left the internet, but came back hopefully and heard that message about your brother. because I don't know if I can repeat it. So I'm hoping you heard it. Okay, Heather, number 1. Does my father, Gerald, known as Jack, passed, have a message? So your father was Jack. I'll have to ask, was he in military, in Navy, like any kind of position where he would wear a uniform, Heather? Because I feel like this man is standing to my left, and I know I'm using, yeah, that is my left. Oh my God, I'm so directionally challenged, to my left. And I feel that he is so confident about who he was in life, almost a little rigid at times, but he has this deep laugh that makes me feel that he knew what humor was as well. So I'm going to put out to remember to look at life and laugh, even when things are difficult, that you should laugh. All right, Sonia already did that. Colleen, you're welcome. Colleen wants, is his brother around him helping him? Now, my definition, Colleen, a brother, is someone we consider as such, not just our birth brothers. So when you ask that question, I'm going to query whether you mean birth brother, because if you do, then my answer is no to you, but there is a man beside him helping that is a brother. So it may be someone that he considers like a brother. All right. Hello, Samantha. Yes, I can pull a card for you as well. Roger. Oh, okay. Hold on a minute then, Heather, because I had a message for Roger, and the message about him is for him to go for a health check, preferably of the heart, lungs, and this area, the throat area. So I would really like him to go. And now when I give medical advice, I am not a nurse, a doctor, lawyer, financial planner. So if I give any kind of that advice, I encourage you to seek out a professional in that field and let them have a look at you. But normally if I see something, I really want them to go for a health check. Okay, Samantha, I am going to pull 2 cards for you because I'm told to. Samantha, is your grandma on your mom's side passed? Because I have a lady here who says you have magic, dear, inside of you, and you need to believe in it. And so I'm just handing on that advice. And the other card, I didn't like that one, Samantha, so I'm pulling another one. Nah, let's find another one for you. And, oh, there we go, celebration. Okay, I know the green man showed up already tonight, but with this one, Samantha, this is about celebrating. We just had autumn equinox, but it's celebrating everything in life that you hold dear to yourself and to embrace it and not to let it go. Okay. All right. Laura, would you mind pulling a card for my sister tonight, please? She suffered a major heart attack and put on life support. Oh, wow. Terribly sorry, Laura. And I'm not going to actually pull a card. I'm going to tell you what I feel. That if you're able to see your sister, you should. Okay. I do believe they're going to have to perform surgery because I feel the cracking of the bones, or they're going to have to try to resuscitate her again. And her being on life support is probably at this point a good thing, but I would tell you, if you need to talk to her, you guys need to get things in order, Laura. Really sorry. Okay, so Lori. Oh, Lori, your husband, Alex. Yes. Okay, let me do this. And I'm going to say he's got the P word around him about passing. Okay. And so let's put it like this. He wasn't happy at the idea that he was going to pass. He didn't want to pass. I would say he probably fought a little bit, but I feel like his journey to go to the other side was actually extended for some time, that he probably you probably got an extra year, 2 years with him. And yes, he is at peace. And I want to say Okay, my symbol for cremation is salt and pepper. Okay, and it preferably the shakers. And what I'm going to say is I'm seeing a salt and pepper shaker, Lori. So I'm going to ask if you cremated him, because if you did, even if you didn't, I think either way he would have been fine with it. The fact is, he just didn't want to die. But we all know there comes a time where we have to say goodbye, and it's going to take you a while because he's still emotionally attached to you. So yes, he's at peace, but he's still emotionally attached to you. Hello, Lisa. How are you? And Shannon. And okay. So, all right. So, Lori, I'll come right back to Lisa and Shannon. I just need to do a couple more things since Lori said her husband wasn't cremated. Can I ask, is he buried by a tree where you can go sit beside him, or is there some sort of bush around him? Because if not, then I'm telling you, he's sitting by a tree. I've got water. I feel like there's a bench, and I'm sitting on the bench with my legs in front of me, and I am enjoying the view. So once again, to answer your question, yes, Alex is at peace. Okay, Lisa, I will pull a couple cards for you. And Lisa, you've got some sort of surprise. And it's like someone's telling you about a baby coming, and they're not expecting it. But my instincts all say at this point it's a boy. I have been known to be wrong about gender, but this is a young boy coming towards you, and he's a little like a badger. The fact that he's willing to go to bat for things eventually in his life that he believes in, and he's definitely a fighter. And Lori, you need to have a look at your diet and make sure you're getting omega-3, or sorry, Lisa, you should look at your diet and make sure you're getting some omega-3 and that you're getting plenty of water. Okay. But at Christmas is when the news of excitement, like I hear the little fairies whispering little secrets. And to me, this is about the birth of a boy. All right. Shannon would like a card on the future of what her education holds. Wow. Okay. First of all, Shannon, I'm going to say study, study, study. Oh my God, Shannon. It's like the Wheel of Fortune. Doesn't really matter what you pick. Whatever you pick, you're going to be excellent at. So put the names of the career choices you have literally on a wheel and twirl a pencil and see where it stops. Okay. To me, you can do anything. That if you go out there and you put your mind to being a teacher, to being a nurse, a doctor, a lawyer, financial planner, a secretary, a ditch digger, Shannon, you're going to be brilliant. No two ways about it. Okay. So everyone else, you're welcome. I'm hoping that you really enjoy the show and that you will share it with other people. And Lori, yes, no, okay. Already answered that. Brittany, can I get a card, please? Yes, you can, Brittany. And so for Brittany, okay. So Brittany, if you've not been on the show, you'll know that if you have, you know that if I don't like the card, I put it back and I pull another one. Okay. And so I'm just having a little problem here because it doesn't feel like it's the resonation of the card is connected to you. So, okay. Brittany, just hold on. I'm going to have to shuffle the cards again because they just didn't seem to match your energy. All right. Does anyone who's listening recognize the name Carl, and dead or alive? And if you do, please let me know, yes, you recognize the name, and yes, he's dead, or yes, he's alive. Okay, so Brittany, I'm going to try it again. Here we go. Balance. Okay, Brittany, you're supposed to make money throughout your life, but you're also balanced, or you're supposed to be balanced. Let's put it like that. So I'm going to say, look after yourself. Make sure that you're putting money away. And this is also about what you put out there comes back towards you. So admiring pretty things, and that's great, but making sure you do conserve money. And this one, it's divinity. It makes me feel that you have intuitive ability and you should be listening to it. So I'm also going to put that out there for you as well, Brittany. Trust your instincts. We're all born with intuitive ability, and this goes for everyone who's listening. We're all born with it. It's whether or not we choose to listen. Now, our family was unique in the fact that well, depending on who you lived with, but even then, everyone knew what this gift was about. Okay, I'm going to say they didn't do a very good job of teaching us, but we all knew everyone in the family had it. So we grew up with it. We began to expand it. We found people who connected with us, who understood it, who learned a little bit more. And it's sort of like breathing now, for me at least. But when you're starting out and you're not sure, again, I got a new one because I've almost used the old one. I keep a little book. Oh, look, you're a peach. We all know I am. And dollar store, $1.25. And you can write in this, keep it with you. So when you feel like you've gotten a message, you can write it and date it and then have a look at it later. All right. So Lisa, you would like me to pull a card for your daughter-in-law. Okay. So for your daughter-in-law, the burden of life is only as heavy as she wants it to be. Because this lady, she may have her sticks on her back and it looks like she's carrying someone up the hill. She still has time to stop to pet the bunny rabbit. So she may feel like she has a lot of burden, but it's not as hard to pack as she may think so. If her parents are passed, and I'm taking that's what you meant when you said any message from her mom or dad, I would tell her that even if they weren't together in life at the end, they are together now, and they hold each other strong like a standing stone. No wind can batten them down, that they are always going to stand strongly beside her for the rest of her life, and all she needs to do is talk to them. Thank you, Lisa. We will have a great night tonight. Okay, so congratulations, Shannon. You're definitely in the right area. Even though with the pandemic, I still think a lot of people are actually following a different course of action for education. And I really feel you're going to do strong, Shannon, and that you're going to be amazing at what career you finally choose. Sorry if I missed you, Heather number 1, but you have a great day. Oh, yes, I can pull a card for Trista. I hope I said that right, Heather, 2. Okay. I get a little excitement around her. I don't know if she lost her mom or dad, but I feel like, Heather, that I've got someone who, it's family. It's definitely family, as though they're trying to hug her. So maybe it's a grandma. And I feel like she needs to find her creative voice. Now, whether that is like literally going into communication, working with people where she can be creative, I feel she needs to find the inner child inside of her and let her loose and allow things to fall into place the way they are actually meant to. And if she has a daughter, I would tell her to spend time nurturing her daughter and her son, and that she's actually a fantastic mom. Sometimes she may burn energy at both ends of the candle, but she actually is a fantastic mom, Heather. Oh, and Heather, she needs to really embrace her own sexuality. And so I don't mean going out and having sex. I'm talking about who she is, that feminine side of her, because I sort of feel like she might work in a world where it could be male dominant. So it's to remember to hold on to that and not to let it go. Okay, yes, Holly, I can pull a card for your daughter as well. And is there any message from my dad, Ron? Oh, we had a Ron come out earlier and it went to my niece, but since you brought the name up again, Holly, I am going to tell you he's sitting fishing and he's smoking and he's got a glass of whiskey or some sort of rum beside him and he's really enjoying himself, like more than enjoying himself. And I hear him whistling, you know, the kind of whistle. So he's definitely looking at some ladies over there. Nothing's happening. Don't get excited. Okay. So Holly, for your daughter, there is movement and change around her. So she may be looking at some renovation. She may be moving. She may be changing her career choice. And the really nice part is she's got a lot of strength of character. So whatever she decides to do, Holly, she's going to be successful at it because her character to stride forward when things become tough is definitely present. And I'm just going to remind her that sometimes it's okay when we're sad, when we're down, it's okay to withdraw from the world as long as we remember to come back to it. All right. Lynn, yes, I did. I think I did. But Lynn, just in case I forgot to pull a card for you, I'm going to pull one right now. For some reason, I thought I did. Celebration. Birth of a new idea. This is about signing some papers. Now, earlier it was totally different, but when I look at you and I look at this card, Lynn, I think about celebrating, about signing papers, maybe buying something, moving into a different location, expanding the horizon of where you are now to where your future is going to be. Oh my God, I'm so excited, Lynn. It's like hot dog. So I'm just going to say keep moving forward, Lynn, because there's definitely some exciting things coming towards you. Hello, Rachel. You are welcome and nice to know I am crazy accurate because it's always good to hear. But Rachel, since you're on, I'm going to pull a question. Your son's going to be fine. He's a fighter. Okay, this is a young man moving forward into a belief of who he is and willing to go to the distance to who he wants to be, Rachel. And people may pull at him and cause him to be down, depressed, sad, but I'm going to tell you that as long as he's willing to seek the help he needs to get him into the enlightened mood that he will eventually go into, and just so you know, there's his partner. Okay, but I would tell your son to go to counseling and that he's going to be fine at the end of the day and he is going to find his true love. Okay. All right. So, well, Heather, I'm glad that was right about her. And you're welcome, Holly. And so are you, Lynn. And Alana. Yes, I can pull a card for you as well, Alana. Hold on. Are you getting excited about your move? It's not that far away. I got goosebumps on. I think it's going to be such an amazing move for you. And just so you all know, I don't always get good, happy, fuzzy, let me be the bearer of good news. Sometimes you do get the bad news from me as well. Okay. But because I've sort of told Spirit in a platform like this, if you're going to do bad news, do it in such a way that it's subtle, but the person gets it. But trust me, if it really came out like that, I'd let you know. Ooh, Alana, take some time for yourself. Okay, so this is what I'm going to suggest. That since you're getting ready to move, I'm going to suggest you pack yourself a picnic lunch so that while you're moving, if you guys need to take a break, you know, you got a thermos of coffee, you got a thermos of tea, save the champagne for later, and some crackers and cheese and stuff. And then you have something to plenish yourself without having to worry about, okay, who's driving down to McDonald's to get the food for us? And this is going to be a nice move. Now, one of the things I'm going to say is because you're moving into a new place, if you can get some sage, and I'm just looking to see if I can see my sage here, but I'm not seeing my trusty little box. But if you can get some sage, then I am going to suggest that you get some sage and you sage the new house. So you start at the opening of one door. that leads outside. So on the outside, you're going to put a bowl of salt. And you're going to light the match and get the sage to start smoking. And you're going to walk around, go upstairs if it's an upstairs, downstairs if there's a downstairs, and you're just saging and you're removing the negative energy as you go. I normally do it and I say the Lord's Prayer when I do it because I believe in it. I grew up with the Lord's Prayer, so I use it. And then every now and then I put in, okay, universe, are you listening to me? And I move all the negative energy out. Now, I forgot something. Normally I carry, there's a bowl of salt at the door, and then I carry some salt in my hand as I'm saging. And as I go through and I find the windowsills, I put a little salt along it, and I ask that nothing negative comes this way. And then I finally work my way back to the door that was open that I started at. And I step outside, I sage the door frame, and I sprinkle the salt across the door. And I say, please, nothing negative this way comes. And the reason the bowl of salt is outside is because you're pushing all that energy out and it's going to go into the salt. So you can leave the salt outside for a day. And then I would say you could put it in a baggie, but put it in the garbage out of the house. So you could take it and drop it somewhere. Or you can bury it in the backyard. And then you walk back into the house. So when you walk back, if there's anything that's been negative around you, Alana, it's going to stay outside. I normally, for the first little while, do this once a month because it's a new home and things can creep in. But Alana, I think this move and remembering to take time for yourself is really, really going to be important for you. And I feel like the energy flow for you is going to be way better. Well, unless anyone else has, oh, good, you did buy sage for the new house. Excellent. So that's a good thing. All right. And unless anyone else has a question they'd like to ask, I am going to see how the, let's say, until next Tuesday goes. So you're welcome, Alana. So we're going to have a look and see how we are going to be for Tuesday. So the first card I'm going to pull is for Friday. Oh, Lori, before I pull the cards for this next week, yes, I can pull your card. I thought I had, but maybe I missed it. Okay. Fertility. This is, it says the Earth Mother, Lori, and I do not mean you're having a baby. Okay. What this is this is about being grounded to the earth, to believe that whatever or whoever you touch in this lifetime will always remember the kindness that you have around you, that you have a gentleness that most people miss, Lori. And so that card tells me that you need to nurture yourself. You need to be true to yourself and to remember to once in a while run outside, hug a tree, because the energy is really good for you. Yeah, Holly, I'm still looking for what the message was. I'm sorry. He said his name and then he ran away. So I'm just looking. So bear with me, Holly. I'm certain Roger will give me the message and he'll come back. It's like this, Holly. I want to say he had to go out for a smoke and he'll be right back. Okay, that's exactly what I heard. So I'm just putting out there. And I hope that's the kind of sense of humor your brother had. Okay, so for tomorrow, Friday, let's have a look what the day has for us. Contemplation, not being in a hurry, taking the time to unwind, to remember that what you project into your future is what comes back to you. So if you have great thoughts, you're going to have a great day. If you have miserable thoughts, you're going to have a miserable day. So it's really important that as you contemplate how you want your day to go and for the weekend and everything, put it out there. And this also makes me think of, and I know he's hanging upside down and playing with a stick in the sand and drawing an 8 or infinity sign. But what this tells me is that at 4 o'clock, Lori you're not to be driving. So if you could not drive at 4 o'clock tomorrow, I'd really appreciate it. 5 minutes. Okay. So at 4:05 you can drive, or 3:55 to 4 o'clock, but do not drive at 4 o'clock. Pull over, park for a few minutes. Okay. Saturday. This is not really a party time, but it is definitely someone coming to visit, bringing news, celebrating. You could be planning your Thanksgiving to get together. So that's about taking time to plan where your Thanksgiving weekend is going to be and who you're going to share with it. Sunday, it's repass. It's basically sit back, look at the world, and see where you've been and where you're going. Okay, so a little bit of reflection, because, you know, you can see him. He's sitting back. He's holding his money. He's counting. He's trying to decide what to do with it. But in the process, he's also enjoying his environment. And then Monday, let's have a look. And I'll get to you in a minute, Brittany. Monday, Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so this is really cranking up the wheel and sort of making everything in your house function. So if you've got any repairs that need to be done, I would say Monday's the day to really get someone in and get them working on the repairs. But this is also about taking a risk. So for any of those who are looking for a new job, this could be about you putting your resume out there and start looking for a new job. But it's also about anyone who has, well, I personally believe it can be for anyone, but at this particular time, anyone who's been listening tonight that has a connection to First Nations, and I know a few of us that do, I really feel like that one says go back to your roots, redevelop who you are so that you're embracing who you are, but also who you came from. So it's bringing two energies together that's going to explode your world in a positive way and make everything fall into place. Not exactly the way you want it, but exactly the way it's meant to be. Okay. And I would also say, okay, there's a young guy running amok this next week for one of you. It's like he's trying to get in a hurry to get something done. And in the process, he's leaving a trail of mud and clothes and everything else behind him. So if you have a grandchild with you, I would say if there's a puddle anywhere, he's going to find it and he's going to run buck naked through the house, laughing as he goes. Okay, Brittany, yours will be the last question. You have any message from a Gary? Oh, okay. I'm going to have a look. I want to say at this point, I'm not sure. But there's two things I am hearing. Knowing that you have the power to change your own world seems to be important. And to be careful of your speech and to listen more than talk in this next week. So you may find yourself being counsel for someone, Brittany, and I would say he's there to help you. All right, everyone. Wow, it's amazing how fast this show goes. And I do have to ask, Marion, did Eric get his house? This one says yes. Sounds like the ink's dried on the paper. And it feels like a really good move. So I pulled this for Eric, Marion. And I feel like it's going to be a good new move. And it's where he's going to probably stay for a long time. I don't think he'll be moving anytime soon after he gets this. And I also feel that with the move that's coming towards him, he probably has a new relationship coming for him as well. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much. I am so appreciative of the people who take the time to come on the show, and the fact that you'll let me pull cards for you and give you the information that not only the cards tell, but who's ever talking to me at the time. And I just want you to know from them, I send all their love to the people who have lost them, and to know that they are around you. They're just a breath away. And that all you have to do is talk to them and they will be open to listening and they will get you their messages. It may not be as clear as, say, the way I hear things or the way other medium psychics feel or see things, but you will get a message. So be open to the messages because I know they are coming. Bless all of you. Have a fantastic week. It's almost over. And I hope that love and mystery finds you all in mysterious ways this week. And again, Kelly, honey, happy birthday. Love ya. Bye.